Hi, FlossTube. It's Shelly, also known as Proverbs 31:22. Um, I just recently changed my YouTube name um, to that, which is my Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, it's Proverbs 31:22. And that reference is a um, a cue to my favorite color and the fact that I love fabric because it talks about purple and fine linen in that verse in the Bible. So I'm here in my craft cave today, and I'm surrounded by a lot of stuff that I have to show. And I'm not real organized with this video, but I had some things that came in the mail today, and I was just like, I just need to go ahead and do it because I will be working. Today's Thursday, November the 21st, and I'll be working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it'd be a little while. But anyway, I had a birthday a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago tomorrow. So I got a few things to show you from there. Um, my anniversary is also on the same day. We got married on my 20th birthday, and we just celebrated our 34th wedding anniversary. So when we got married on my birthday, part of the deal with my husband was that you can't get away with just giving me one present unless it's, like a major present. So I was going to show you a few things that I got for my birthday. So he got me a gift certificate to Fat Quarter Shop, and it was a little bit of an ordeal because he went on my computer and purchased it from my account, and I was like, don't go look at my order history for first thing. And then I never did get it. It was like a couple of days, like, I still haven't gotten this. So I went in my account to look at the details of that order, and my email address is proverbs3122@gmail.com, and I think he must have been hitting function keys on my computer instead of numbers, and so it went to proverbs@gmail.com. So we had to get on the phone with Fire Quarter Shop, and anyway, we got it all worked out. But with that gift certificate, and I don't remember if this is birthday or anniversary. I think this is maybe birthday. But with that gift certificate, I got the Stripology squared ruler. I was kind of proud of myself that I went with, like, the responsible purchase, the not frivolous, something that was like a tool that when I think about it, it's like, will I ever really spend that much money just on an average day? Probably not. So I went ahead and made the big purchase splurge with the gift certificate. So if you don't know about these, on the Fat Quarter Shop's quilting channel, they have a video that they just did in the recent past with Corey Yoder. And she talks about using this. But anyway, it's got slots every half inch. And so you can cut, strips of varying widths, and then cut those strips into squares or rectangles according to your pattern. But you don't have to move the ruler. You just keep the ruler in place and cut the width strips you need because your rotary cutter fits in these little slots. So it's supposed to help you cut more accurately. Love that. So I got that with the gift certificate. And then he had, he's been buying me jewelry lately for special occasions. So we went to Kohl's together, actually, and I picked out like 3 rings that I liked. And then he chose 2 of those from what I picked out, which I was like, 2? Okay, spoil me. So thanks, babe. Appreciate it. But anyway, when I was a teenager, I had an opal ring that I absolutely loved. and I lost it. Like when I was, still a teenager, I lost it and was devastated and have always wanted to have another one. So now I have two. That's one. And then here's the other one. And this is opal and blue topaz, which, topaz is my birthstone, but, always like the traditional gold topaz, the yellow stone that I don't really care for. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I really like that. So he picked out those two for me. So I've been wearing those for the last 2 weeks every day. And then I got gifts for my daughters, and I don't have everything that they got me, but I do have a couple of things. My younger daughter, Lakin, got me this cute little bird. She said, "Mom, this is like you in a little bird form." I don't know what she's trying to say about my facial hair, but anyway. I thought it was really cool because she absolutely hates birds, and I thought it was neat that she got me one. But look at his little vest and his little purple coat. Oh my goodness, he's just adorable. I look at him every day and smile and laugh. I need to come up with a name for him. But she also got me a little box of Burt's Bees stuff, some cuticle butter and lip balm, and a amazing candle and a face mask. I love that kind of stuff. And then my other daughter, Kimberly, she hadn't. We spent the day together. First of all, let me say that me and my girls spent the day together in Huntsville, Alabama, shopping, and we hadn't done a girls' day in forever. So that was like what I really wanted to do for my day. So we went and did that, and had a really great day with them. But my older daughter, she's like, "Mom, I haven't gotten you anything yet," and she's like, "Let's find you something today." And so we went to Home Goods together, and I feel like I'm missing something. Like she got me something else, but I couldn't remember right off the top of my head and find it when I was gathering things. But she got me this pretty purple jewelry holder, and I have like a jewelry armoire vanity combination. So I really feel like I want to use this for something in my craft cave, but I haven't come up with the idea yet. But I don't know. It's just been sitting on my vanity since I got it. But isn't it just beautiful? The purple marble and the touches of gold on the end. Love that. So thanks, girls. And while we were at Home Goods, I picked up a few things for myself. And this is one of them. Bulletin board. That's in a beautiful, beautiful eyelet frame. And I've always wanted, where did it go? Well, I've always wanted one of those little letter boards, and I got one. Sorry, I can't find it. I thought I had everything around me right here. Maybe I'll find it in a minute. But one of those little, that has the little letters and the little felt back with the little slots, and you put the boards on it. So I got one of those. And today I got a little, I got two things in today. Oh, back up. On my birthday, this was the first time that I had purchased the one of the holiday boxes from Fat Quarter Shop. So the Jolly box actually arrived on my birthday. So I originally said that I was going to wait until Christmas to open mine, but then when it came on my birthday, I was like, I have to open it on my birthday. So It had a really cute little little whisk, and it says, take it out of here. Sorry, guys. Whisk you a Merry Christmas. Isn't that so cute? I don't know if I'll do one of these holiday boxes again. I mean, I definitely don't do the spooky box or whatever they call, because I'm not really into Halloween very much. But this one was, I mean, this one's nice. It's fun. So you get this petite fat quarter bundle with these Christmas fabrics. Look at those sweet polka dots. So really, like some of these, I think I can use them to finish cross-stitch stuff with. And you get a stocking pattern to use the fat quarter bundle to make. You get the little template for cutting out the stocking. You get the double tumbler template, which also is used for making the pattern. A cookie cutter template that has a hole, so you can also hang it on your tree. Put a little string in it and hang it on your tree. And you get the batting to put in your Christmas stocking pattern. So it's valued at over $65, and it's like right at $40 is what you pay for it. But it took me a while to get the email from them, but one of my friends who I turned on to a Sew Sampler box, hey Tammy, she texted me when she got her email, and so I went on the site immediately and put in my order. All right, so that's that. I think I forgot to show this a couple of my last video. I had gotten the Bloomtopia bag and the thread pack for that stitch along that starts in February. It's a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish put on by Fat Quarter Shop. And they also have the little needle minders, and which, you know, is really kind of silly because I've been working on quite a few projects, and I ran out of needle minders and forgot that I had this one sitting up here on my counter. But I got one in today too, and what I'm going to show you in a few minutes. But that's that one. When we were at Home Goods, I found this little frame on sale. And it was on sale for like $3. So I thought it was a pretty good fit for a pattern that I just recently got from Hands On Design called A Year of Celebrations. And you get a pattern for every month. So this is the November one that I finished stitching last week. I probably will, I mean, I was hoping I would have a little bit more room around it to do another sticky board or mat board with fabric, but it's kind of close to the bottom here, and there's not a whole lot of clearance above the design with the clip. So I probably will look for some kind of ribbon or maybe a fall like pick to adorn the top. But I mean, I'm satisfied with it like it is if I don't add anything else to it. So that's the November one. And let's see. show you real quick this is the pattern. So for every month you have a cute little seam to stitch. And so I've started working on the December one. And let's see, it'll have in this box right here, it'll have Mary, and then there's some little elf legs down at the bottom, and then a little present down at the bottom. So I've got that going. And then I also got from a little shop on Etsy called Cutie Pie Stitch. I was looking around on Etsy for, I wanted to do an advent calendar this year. And Cheryl at Fat Quarter Shop, they've been showing back in October. She was taking a tiny modernist pattern for Halloween and stitching the pieces instead of like a whole, I think theirs is like a calendar or something, but she was doing them the days individually, and she had a piece, decorative witch, I think it was, that she was putting each day, like doing a countdown. So I knew that's what I wanted to do for Christmas. So I was looking around on Etsy for patterns, and I ended up settling on, it's called Shabby Advent Calendar. And you know what? I don't know if there's a, I may not be able to show you this because I don't think there's a photograph. So I would be showing you the chart. Oh wait, there is. Sorry, everything's backwards. So well, y'all, okay, since I'm too goofy to get it right on the camera, let me just fold it. So that's the pattern. And this will just show you how, like, I don't know, slow I am, how dense, how, so I was thinking in my mind, you know, I want to do it as a countdown. So I want to do 24, 23, 22. So I was thinking, you know, I'll start with number 1 and I'll do 24 on it instead. And then I was like, you know, the pictures really aren't in any kind of like necessarily an order of like, you know, we're getting closer, closer, closer. So it's like, just stitch them like they are and just stitch them like they are. You don't have to change the numbers up. Okay. So, and the name of the shop is Cutie Pie Stitch. That's where I got the Shabby Advent Calendar and also the Year of Celebrations. So, y'all, it's a mess around me, I'm telling you. And this video is all over the place. I'm not going in any kind of order or anything, but oh well. So this is what I got to display my stitched pieces on. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it was $19.99, and they got their stuff 50% off, so $10. Can't beat it. It's not real. I mean, there were several other things that had a style I liked better, but it didn't have the right placement for where I could put stitching. So, but anyway, I finished number 24, and I don't have the washers and magnets yet to actually adhere it, but So this is the number 24. I messed up on this corner right here. I didn't realize I messed up until I had already FFO'd it. So too bad. So sad. I'm not going back and doing it. And then this is number 23. 23. So I decided, I worked on this yesterday, and it was, I would stitch and then rip, and stitch and rip, because I would miscount it, and then the color that it called for didn't show up on the fabric for the ribbon. And so I tried another color that I had that was just sort of, like a taupey color, goldish taupey. And I was like, I'm really not excited about the colors. So I looked in my DMC stash and realized that I don't really have a lot of purples in my DMC stash. I don't know how on earth that happened. So I went to Joann's. I had my $5 reward from previous, purchases. They give you these little missions, and once you reach them, you earn a reward. So I had a $5 reward. So I went and rated the purples and pinks. Isn't that luscious? Oh my goodness. I can't stand it, y'all. So that's when I decided to change the ribbon color. The ribbon was that beige taupey. The little flowers on top of the cake were red, so did the pink. And then they had red French knots in the cake decoration, just like little dots. And I didn't like the way mine were coming out, so I just went ahead and did Smyrna crosses. So today I'm working on my needle minders adhere to my sewing machine. This is a really strong little needle minder. But today I'm working on day 22, and I've decided, since these aren't going to be displayed all together in one piece, which is how the pattern is, it's going to be day by day. No one will know from day to day that I messed up on something or I changed something. So just to try to make this go faster, I've decided to just do the little corners instead of doing the, let's see how this one has the actual border all the way around it. I'm just going to do the corners. I'm going to leave the little border off. And if by some miracle I get finished and still have time to go in and do all the borders, then I might. But I like it without it. The designer actually had, if you look on her Instagram, and I'll link her below, she had some little ornaments I think she was doing that had just the little corners and then the pictures. So that's some other stuff I'm stitching on. Trying to get the December year's celebration, and then I'm trying to get a good bit of these done before December 1st, so that I'm not having to, stitch really fast to get them done every day to hang on my little thing. So I also picked up from the Cutie Pie Stitch and Sew on Etsy this Playing with Jacks pattern that I'll do for next year. The academic stitcher did this pattern, and she actually changed the face of this pumpkin to where it's not like a jack-o'-lantern. I think she put a quilt block in it instead so that she could keep it up longer. I don't know if I'll do that. I would be okay with it having the jack-o'-lantern face and being up here all year. Not all year, but all fall. But I thought that's real cute. So I haven't been I'm also working on the boo jar because I'm going to do this for a Christmas present for someone. And because I was sort of like, I'm not going to get to that this year. But then I decided that I was going to do it as a Christmas present. So that's where I am. And I think I'm pretty much on track. Like, I've given myself goals of how far I need to be by certain dates in order to have it ready by Christmas. But I decided to change up some of the colors. I didn't like the some of the pumpkins on the pattern have the sort of white faces, sort of grayish, and I didn't find there was enough contrast between the white and that color. And so I'm going to do the orange that's in the kit, which is this one right here, Pumpkin Harvest. And then I also found this variegated DMC at Joann, number 4124. So I'm going to do like each little, I don't know how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do each little group of 3 the same, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But anyway, that's a hands-on design collaboration with Priscilla Blaine, and I'm in the Fat Quarter shops. Every 2 months you get a shipment. Oh, let me show you while I have this out. So when I first came back to cross stitching, I had always just used DMC. I didn't know anything about these fancy floss things. And, you know, you see people with these arranged like this on these little rings, and it's like, how do you, like, I don't want to have to untie this off of this card, take what I need off, stitch with it, and then have to tie it back on while I'm doing another color, and then that's just, I don't have time for that. That's not how I want to spend my stitching time. So watching Brenda and the Serial Starter a few weeks ago, mind blown. I was like, oh my God. So Laura on that channel gave this little tip that I'm going to share with you right now. So you can take your needle and just pull out one of these threads, and they just come out. So you just pull off what you need and you don't have to untie it. Isn't that amazing? It doesn't take much to excite me. Okay, so I got that going, and I'm not really working on this because I'm working on these other things, but this is how far I've gotten on the Jardin Privé, the autumn patchwork pattern. And I don't have enough stitching bags currently, so I'm just kind of like, these are my autumn ones. And then I have this other bag with the Christmas things. This is one that I made a few years ago. Isn't that cute fabric? Love it. Love the trees. Okay. And then I bought this Stitching is My Cardio by Lori Holtz from Fat Quarter Shop. And in here I have my Love My Stitching pattern. Hadn't been doing a whole lot on it, but I have gotten a little bit further along than I was last time I showed. Sorry guys, I couldn't have all this together, but you know, this is just sort of a spur of the moment, decide to do FlossTube. So that's the pattern. And I'm doing mine on, it's 25 count Lugana pewter color. And I'm doing purples and pinks. Not terribly shocking about that, but I love it. I love the way it's coming out. And I'm eagerly awaiting when it's done so I can choose fabrics to make the bag from. So this is how I was doing the fancy flosses in these bags. And I mean, I'm just going to leave this one like it. I'm not going to redo it or anything, but from now on, they're just going to go on the little cards and on a ring. Speaking of fancy floss, sorry, I got into Floss Fix Club from Fat Quarter Shop. They opened up some spots and they posted on their social media, so I got in. And this month was the Swiss Mocha. So you get 6 5-yard, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 5-yard skeins of Classic Colorworks. And basically each month is a different color. And it's a little bit of, you know, obviously it's a little bit of a discount. Otherwise, why would you do it? But I like it because I get to build my fancy floss stash. Okay, let's see. I'll go ahead and show you this. This is something I got. It's not stitchy related, but so we're originally from Louisiana. We live in Alabama, and you know, big rivalry football-wise, the LSU Tigers and Alabama Crimson Tide. They played the day after my birthday, and I had to work that day. The game was at 2:30 in the afternoon, so I was like really upset that I had to work. But since I couldn't wear a shirt or anything to represent my love of my Tigers, I decided to buy a scarf to go with my purple scrubs. So I got this from Kohl's and I wore it to work that day. And what's funny is that our local college team, the UNA Lions, their colors are the same as LSU. So a lot of people at first glance thought that I was, you know, declaring my love of UNA. And then they would look closer and go, oh, wait, that's LSU. Like, what's wrong with you, woman? But yeah, and we won, which is a big deal because we hadn't won against them in a long time. Okay, let's see. I also got the Mary jar from Fat Quarter Shop Kit. I won't get to this year, but I mean, I love it. Look at the floss. They've been doing the their floss wound together like that. That's how the Floss Fix Club came to. And you get the floss, you get the I think it's 16 count, 14 count Ada chalkboard black, and you get the pattern, which includes the large one and the small. Okay, let's see. Let me show you what I got to. Let me show you my previous stitching, which I don't have a whole lot of, but this is one that I made for my mom, and when she passed away, I reclaimed it for myself, but I love it. Pretty pansies in the purple. I love purple. I don't understand people who don't. I mean, I can still be your friend if you don't, but I don't understand people that don't love purple or don't like it. Like, some people just like Oh, I hate purple. What? I'm just picking, y'all. I love it, obviously. Okay, let's see. Um, I did have a couple of things that I got to finish some pieces. My husband and I went to Walmart. We do grocery pickup at Walmart, so we hardly ever go inside Walmart. But we did go a few weeks ago. Not a few weeks. It's been a while, but probably 4 weeks, something like that. And we were looking around, and I was looking in the seasonal section where they had all these plaques and things, and I was like, babe, it's all about the cross stitch finishing now. So they had this piece, and they were on sale. This was like $7. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I thought that it would be really cute to put that little the little harvest jar small on. And then I also have the large one, and I've got this at Joann. And it was on sale. I mean, I think I paid like $7. So I think basically you won't be able to see the words. The stitch piece will go not on top of the flowers, but it'll cover up almost all of the words. I think maybe one of this little piece right here, like just the very tip of it would be showing. So I don't know, I may bring it down more, but then I'll cover it. I don't know. Anyway, that's what this is going to go on. Okay. So funny story. When my husband and I met one another, our last name is Michelle. And when he introduced himself, I was like, "Are you related to Tammy, Michelle?" And he said yes. And I was like, "Okay, wait a minute. That's my cousin. So we got to figure this out." So we are actually, we're not related, obviously. I mean, we live in Alabama now, but we're not related to one another and married. Um, I might have to learn how to edit just so I could edit that out. That was a joke. But anyway, his uncle is married to my dad's, like, I don't know if they're first cousins or second cousins. But anyway, we're both related to this one person that I knew was my cousin, and I mean we weren't like really close or anything, but we knew each other. So I knew we were distantly related. So we had to figure that out. But anyway, she is also a quilter and a crafter. And she had a post on a Facebook group where she had made some pin cushions, and I commented on it, and she messaged me and said, "Tell me which one you want and I'll send you one." So I told her to surprise me between one that had thimbles and one that had LSU print. And so she sent me the LSU print. It goes good with my wall hanging back there. See that? So I love these. How pretty that is. And I like just little, when I told her which ones I wanted, she was like, "Well, don't you want to choose one of the bigger ones?" And I was like, "No, I like the small ones because you can just tuck them in anywhere. They don't take up a lot of room." So she sent me that with a pretty card. Isn't that beautiful? And then our guild president this year started this tradition of making these there was like a little candle, and she'd put them on a tray. It was like little fat quarter cupcakes. And so everybody who had a birthday got to choose one, and this is the one that I chose. And let's see. Then today, I got this in the mail. My friend had told me that she was going to be sending me something. We were friends back in Louisiana, very good friends, and we were like pregnant at the same time for our younger children. She lived in this beautiful turn of the century Victorian home that when they decided to sell it and move, she called me and said, "I'm selling my house. Do you want it?" And we ended up buying it and living there until we moved to Alabama. But anyway, she was her husband travels for work. And so she'd sent me a message and said, "I need your address because I saw something that made me think of you. And so I want to send it to you." Well, I think she was in Pennsylvania, traveling with her husband for work. But I just got it in the mail today. Isn't that beautiful? It's a little pot holder, a log cabin, which is my favorite block. And then she sent me this card with it. And she made me cry when I read it because she said, "There's something in almost every day that makes me think of you." And I have to say, Tracy, if you're watching this, the same is true. I see stuff all the time and I think, "Oh man, that makes me think about Tracy. Miss you, girl. Love you. Thanks." And also in the mail today came the So Sampler box. So if you're a subscriber to this and you don't want to be aware of it until you get it, spoiler alert, I'm about to show what's in this box. So just turn your head or turn it off or fast forward, whatever you need to do. So this is the way it looks when you first open the box. And there's also there's always these little coupons that come on the back side. Usually it has something to do with something that's in the box. So you get this little card that tells you everything that's in it and the value. And look, another needle minder. Isn't that beautiful? OMG, I love it. And it's, I mean, look at y'all, it's like double magneted. It's super heavy. Could use that as a weapon. So this is the pattern for the block of the month that comes starting in April. Every year they do a new block of the month. And I'm way behind on mine because I've been all about the cross stitching lately. But this is the next one, and I'm telling you, this is really enticing me to get back on it because I love the little butterflies. And then this is the fabric that the items in the box are used to make. Isn't that pretty? It's not my normal like color aesthetic, but I just love it. I think it's so beautiful. I may want, it comes out to be 48.5 square. I might have to, I don't know, I might have to buy some more charm squares and make it bigger. And actually, the coupon that came in the box is charm pack coupon, so I like how they help you out that way. So the charms that came in the box this month, or this is Harvest Road by Layla Boutique from Moda. And you get 2 of them in this month's box to make the quilt. Let's see. I looked at the stuff, but I didn't really look through the fabric very much. Oh, isn't that so sweet? Oh my goodness. Yes. See, that's what I like about the So Sampler, and I keep saying I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop getting it. But what I like about it is, one, you don't get everything that you need to make stuff with, but you get a good bit of it. And I don't have a huge stash. If you look at my video of my the tour I did of my craft cave, you'll see. I mean, I don't have a huge stash, My husband probably thinks I do, but I don't have a huge stash. So I like getting the stuff to make it. And I also like it because it bumps you out of your box. You know, we all, well, I don't know about all, but I know, you know, I love purple. I love pink. That's what I'm drawn to. But then you get stuff like this that is like totally out of your wheelhouse, but it's still beautiful. And you look at it and you go, oh my goodness, it's just gorgeous. So, there's a lot of fuzz, a lot of lint. So we also got the Perfect 5 Creative Grids ruler. Yay! And a beautiful spool of Aurifil. It's, let's see what color they say it is. Sorry. Storm Cloud Blue. Just beautiful. It's like a bluish gray. Love that. So you get the coupon, you get a pattern, you get thread, you get 2 charm squares, you get the ruler. Did I say that already? Plus the block of the month pattern. So to make the project that's in here, you know, they give you the 2 charm packs. You got the ruler. You would also need 1.5 yards background, 7/8 yard border, 5/8 yards for binding, and 3.25 yards for backing. And sometimes they'll have, like on the back of the pattern, excuse me, they'll have, like they'll have finishing kits that they sell. This one, it doesn't look like they do. But, and sometimes it'll say, you know, like if you want to make it bigger, you need this much more. They'll give you like size options. This month they didn't, but that's, I mean, that's fine. But they do tell you what fabrics they used on the model on the front. I mean, I just think it's beautiful. I love that the border fabric. I don't know if y'all noticed when I was writing through it. Well, let's see. It almost looks like a, I guess it doesn't, but it's sort of, when you look at it on the picture and when I was going through it, it sort of looked like a grunge dot, but it's not. So that's Sew Sampler Box for November. What else? I did notice on the fabric that I'm doing these on, which is a Zweigart linen that I got from Hobby Lobby. That has, I don't know if you can see it on here, but it has like some little shiny threads, like some iridescent threads that run through it. And it's sort of it's sort of stiff. So I noticed when I finished one of them that even though I ironed it, it wasn't, the creases weren't really coming out well. So several people had said to use the flatter spray. So this came today. It smells amazing, and I knew it as soon as I opened the package that it smelled amazing because they didn't tighten the thing and it leaked. I mean, you can see it lost a little out of it. But it's Pineapple Grove. I love pineapple smells, so it smells really good to me. But they do have an unscented one if you have problems with smells or scents. So quilting-wise, oh, I forgot to grab before I came in here. Oh, wait, I think I have it right here. 1 second. So I showed a while back some of the blocks that I was making working on this, the Project Linus Mystery Quilt. Logie Bear Leads the Way is the name of it. And I finished my top. So, So it's got little cabins and the bear, and then bear paws, and then an Irish chain. Look. Sorry, y'all, I can't move back any further. I mean, I wish that I would have had enough of one background to do it with. I didn't. Usually with my Project Linus, we have a, like several times, 3 or 4 times a year, we have a blanket days, a 2-day event in Huntsville, where we can go and sew, and they also have a fabric that's been donated that we can go and shop. It's all free, but I try to, as much as I can, just stick with using stuff that's in that stash. On this one, I did buy and I showed y'all in my first video, I think, I bought the fat quarter stack off of the yard sale table at our quilt guild. So I spent money on that. I spent money on the purple that's in the Irish chain blocks, the tree fabric. I spent money that I usually don't buy anything to make Project Linus stuff with. Rarely do I pull stuff from my personal stash. But on this one, I actually went out and bought stuff. So I wasn't going to also spend money on background and have it all be the same. I like it. It's okay. It's fine. I mean, really, it's just, it's not ideal, but it's okay. And I don't want to say it's just a quilt, but it's just a quilt. It's not life or death, you know. So what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to, it calls for a border, but I'm not putting a border on it. I've got cross stitch things that I want to get finished, and also I'm going to show you in just one second a quilt that I'm trying to get finished because it's going to be a gift for Christmas. Well, after Christmas when we go to Louisiana. So this is the apple crisp quilt that was in one of the sew sampler boxes. I think it was April of 18, maybe. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, I'm big stitch hand quilting it, and I couldn't decide on yellow or red thread, but I had just got done with my Sew in Love that was all red, and I was like, I don't want to see red anymore, and I don't know, I kind of like the subtlety of the yellow, but so I want to try to have it, I think, halfway done by the 1st of December, so I'm on track to get there. And then this is the back. It was supposed to have on the front in the middle those the little pinwheel that I made on the back was supposed to make another, like, it was supposed to have another, like, point right here, and I didn't like the way that looked, so and then especially, like, it was supposed to have a border on it too, but since I decided it was going to be for a baby, it was big enough size the way it was. So I've been working on that, and I'm working on my cross stitch. That's what I've been doing and working. I don't like it, but you know what? Got to pay the bills and pay for stitchy stuff. So, all right, I think that's it. If there's anything that I forgot, I'll share it next time. Oh, there was one thing. So I shared before about my my tall lamp that I use in my stitching chairs so that I can see my quilting and stuff. But I also have this one that is by the same company. It's Bright Tech. It's a this like completely comes apart off of here. It's really hard. I don't have a lot of hand strength, but so you can use it as a tabletop thing, or you can clamp it. But you see this little thing right here? You plug it in the USB and it charges, so you don't have to have power. So like when you're riding in the car, or you're at the doctor's office, or I mean, I don't know if I'd pull this out of the doctor's office, but at a retreat, that kind of thing. So that's the Bright Tech chargeable 2-in-1. I think it's a 2-in-1 also, but it's chargeable. Okay, guys, I think that's really it. All right. I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving, and I don't know when I'll come back with the video, but hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.